It's the grandson of Right Thought, and welcome to the School of Marvelous Light, little flock. I pray that you all are well, that you all are comforted today, that you have the things that are needful for your life today, that you get a good hug today, and receive a good word today. Remember how I was telling you guys that this 7 years is up? And isn't it strange that at the end of this 7 year clock that I've been telling you guys about, the saints have come forward saying that the ark door is now closed? I myself on this page have posted 4 witnesses stating that the ark door is closed. That's the word that they received from the Father. You see, I being one of those witnesses 4 months ago, stating that the ark door is closed. And now y'all are hearing it from other witnesses that have heard the same command go out of the Father's mouth. At the end of this 7 year clock, y'all don't think that's strange at all? The grandson of Right Thought said, this clock started September 23rd, 2015. That is when he said, Son of man, speak to the nations. To me. Now, September 23rd, 2022 would mark the end of that 7 year tribulation. You see, that time of trouble. You see? For Jacob. And at the end of that 7 years would start 7 days. We can call it 7 days, 7 years. At the end of that 7 years, we're going to come into the 8th day. The 8th week of Enoch. But before that comes, a great night is going to fall on this earth. So if Abba has said that the barn doors are closed, what time do you think it is? And you have heard from the grandson of Right Thought that the end of the 7 years is up. And now there's going to come a time of times, and half a time of horrible wickedness unleashed on this earth, in where no man would live through it if it weren't for Abiyah's sake. No flesh would survive, he said, if he didn't do anything, if he didn't intervene. So do y'all want to be living? And do you see how Abiyah told the grandson to speak to the nations 7 years before he said, I'm closing the ark? Now watch what I'm telling you guys. Didn't Noah preach and then he was sealed in the ark for 7 days and then the rains came tumbling down? Isn't that true? Well, let's see. Let's not assume. Let's see if that is indeed true. Go to the book of Genesis. Let's go back. I want to take you way back. Let's go back to Genesis 7. And listen at this real quick, guys, because I told y'all who the Noah is, who the comfort is on the earth. I've told y'all who it is. Now, whether y'all believe me or not is up to you. But listen at what this says. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. And Abiyah said unto Noah, comfort is his name. That's what it means. Come thou and all thy house into the ark. For thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. So let's see here. Abiyah's looking down on the earth, correct? And he's looking to pick somebody to bring into the ark of protection. He's looking to pick someone to give the new earth to. because the earth that he's living in at that time, Noah, is going to be destroyed by a flood. Just as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. Y'all don't hear this? So just like Noah, it's going to be the same thing with the Son of Man. See? So Abiyah's looking, and he sees Noah, and he finds him righteous before him in all of that generation of people that are living on the earth. He saw Noah righteous, you see? And then he tells him what to take on the ark with him, right? Now let's go down to verse 4. Watch this. For yet 7 days. Come on. Come on, wisdom. Sprinkle that mama's cooking on top of our heads on this manna. Come on now. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Verse 5, and Noah did according to all that Abiyah commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Okay, did y'all hear that? Verse 9, there went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as Abba had commanded Noah. See this? And it came to pass after how many days? 7 days, the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. So, the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, is when this occurred. Do you hear me, or do you hear me? In the self-same day, verse 13, entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with him into the ark. Do you hear that? Verse 15, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein the breath of life. See? And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as El had commanded him. And Abiyah shut him up. Do you hear that? Abiyah shut him up in the ark. He sealed him in. He sealed him in. Now, if there were a whole bunch of righteous people on the earth in Noah's day, then how come only Noah and his family were saved? Only Noah and what belonged to Noah was saved. Everything else was destroyed. Just as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. So if it was only one man and his belongings that were brought in, his family, then it will be the same now. It will be one man and his family, his little flock. That's all it will be. Don't care what you feel about it. You can't change God's words. You can't change it. He's picking someone to give the new earth to. He said, the meek shall inherit the earth. Well, that happened to be Noah back then, because Noah became the heir of right thought. He became the heir of righteousness, it is written. Righteousness means right thought. So y'all just think I'm called the grandson of right thought for no reason. Okay, well, you keep thinking that. You keep on thinking that. I've already told you guys I'm on the ark. 7 years is up. Now you know what I mean when I say 7 years if you've listened to this message, because he was sealed in, 7 days passed, right? The hell is going on with this damn alarm? You see how they always trying to do some shit? We're going to have to just talk over that shit. 7 days he was sealed in, and then the waters came down. I hope y'all hear that. So when Abba sealed me in 2015, September 23rd, 2015, he sealed me upon my head. And he put these words that y'all have been hearing for the last years, last 7 years. Some of you have, some of you haven't. Because remember, I told you in the first 3.5 years of my ministry, I had a totally different name. I had a totally different way of speaking. I had a totally different way of bringing this information. In the second 3.5 years, it became a turned up thing. Way turned up. You see? Why? Because we're getting closer to the end. So when he sealed me in, the 7 years clock started. I hope y'all hear that. Now the 7 years has been passed. And so what comes next, Son of Man? The flood comes next. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope y'all hearing this because it's right here in the scripture. You see that? Let's continue. And the flood, 17, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth. 42 months. Oh, y'all don't hear this shit or what? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Do y'all hear this or what? Do you hear it or what? 42 months. Great tribulation for 42 months. Do you hear me? The flood will be on the earth 42 months. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth. Now see, if you've been listening to the grandson's message, what is the 40? If you listen carefully, I will tell you, I did 42 days. I did 2 unexpected days. So then, do you hear me saying right now that the flood will last for 42 days? 42 months, it's written. You see? Continuing. And the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. Do you hear that? So just as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. He will, when you see the Son of Man lifted up. If he's not on earth, then how the hell can he be lifted up to heaven if he's not on earth right now? If the Son of Man is not on earth, then how can he be lifted up to heaven? When you see the Son of Man lifted up, then you shall know that I am he. You're going to know who Christ is when he's lifted up off the earth. The ark is lifted up above the flood. You'll know then. You ain't got to worry no more. You ain't got to go back and forth about who is Christ, about where is Christ, where is the Son of Man, where is the Anointed One, where is the Messiah. You ain't got to worry when he's lifted up. Then you'll know. Let's read that again. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. When you shall see the Son of Man lifted up. You see that? And the waters prevailed. What does it say in Genesis? In Revelation. They fought against and they prevailed against the saints and wore them out. See? And were increased greatly upon the earth. Wickedness was increased greatly on the earth. Lies were increased greatly on the earth. And the ark went up upon the face of the waters. It was risen above all of that lies, all of that nonsense, all of that evil, all that killing, all of that murder, all that distress. You see? That's why I told y'all, the ark door is closed, and the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. So the lies, the murdering, the killing, the wickedness covered everything. The darkness covered the whole earth. Just as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth. Fowl, cattle, beast, every creeping thing, and every man. All who in whose nostrils was the breath of life, and all that was in the dry land died. Died. Verse 23. And Noah, listen, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him. I'm trying to tell y'all that. I know it's weird to hear it. Oh, who does this man think he is? He is the Noah sent in the last days, or as Christ says, the comfort. to come and remind you of what Christ said so that you will come back to the flock and get back on the ark before the flood come down and he is lifted up. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Y'all want to play with this or what? Who else was alive besides Noah? And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. So besides everybody else that wasn't in the ark, what happened to him? What happened to him? Now let's just see if I be making anything up. Go to Matthew 24. Matthew 24, start at verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, we just read it. We just read the days of Noah. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, 2015. So everybody was on the earth running around doing whatever they wanted to do until September 2015. See? And they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So them 7 years Noah was preaching, talking about come on in the ark, time to go and get on in, y'all. Come on now, come on back to the truth. After that was over, they got all took away. And so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Y'all hear that? It's going to be the same way, he said. So we just read it. Sealed in, floods come down, kill everybody, then he inherits the new. He was chosen out of the world, found righteous before God in the world at that time when he's destroying it. That's the grandson of right thought. The grandson of righteousness. The branch of righteousness. The third time Abba has done this. Oh, this isn't the third time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You just don't know that. All right. So let's continue. Go to the book of John. John chapter 3. John chapter 3. All right. John chapter 3, verse 13. And no man has ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven. Okay. So when y'all see the Son of Man lifted up, when the floods come down, he's going to be lifted up. When he's lifted up, then you must know that he had to have come down from there in order to be lifted back up there. That's what he's saying. And he's telling you who it is, the Son of Man which is in heaven. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. Did we not just read that Noah was the Son of Man and he was lifted up from the earth? Okay then. That whosoever believeth in him should not perish. So if you believed in Noah, then you wouldn't have perished. Y'all don't hear this? If you believe in the grandson of right thought, then you won't die. It's the same story being done again, fulfilled in me. Whether you want to believe that or not is irrelevant. You better have prayed that you were found worthy to be on this ark at this point. That whosoever believeth in him, who? The Son of Man, should not perish. So if you had listened to Ezekiel, who was the Son of Man, would you have perished? No. If you had listened to Isaiah, who was the Son of Man, would you have perished? No. If you had listened to Jeremiah, who was the Son of Man, would you have perished? No. If you had listened to Yahusha, who was the Son of Man, would you have perished? No. If you had listened to the grandson of right thought, the branch of righteousness, would you have perished? No. It's that simple. For God sent, let's continue. Verse 16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Son of Man, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And he that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of Abba. See? You reject Christ, there ain't nothing you can do, man. And this is the condemnation. This is how you get condemned, world. Not doing all that shit they told you was sin. This is condemnation. That light is coming to the world. It's here now. And men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. That's what's wrong with the world. For everyone that doeth evil hates the light, and neither comes to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in hell. Y'all hear that? So when y'all see the Son of Man lifted up, then y'all know that it's the end, man. Y'all know it. The floodgates is going to burst loose, and there ain't nothing can stop that, just like Noah's day. Just as in the days of Noah. So I don't know what to tell you if you're stuck outside on the outside. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's see what you will be told if you're stuck on the outside. I'm going to jump to the book of Jasher. And I know a lot of y'all, may not have that manuscript in your Bible. So just look it up online if you want to follow along. I'm going to read from the book of Jasher, chapter 6. Okay? Book of Jasher, chapter 6. I'll give y'all a second. We'll start at verse 10. Book of Jasher, chapter 6, verse 10. And all the animals and beasts and fowls were still there, and they surrounded the ark at every place, and the rain had not descended till 7 days after. Okay, just like we had read. And on that day, Abba caused the whole earth to shake. Now listen to my videos and hear if you hear me yelling to you guys, talking about a great earthquake. Let's just see if it's there. If you have any videos of me telling you this is coming. And on that day, Abba caused the whole earth to shake, and the sun darkened, and the foundations of the world raged, and the whole earth was moved violently. Didn't I tell you the earth is going to be wrung out like a dirty rag? Didn't I tell you that? See how it's all in there, y'all. And lightning flashed, and the thunder roared, and all the fountains in the earth were broken up, such as was not known to the inhabitants before. And El did this mighty act in order to terrify the sons of men, that there may be no more evil upon the earth. You see? So when Abba does this, just as he did in the days of Noah, he's doing it so that you guys will change. Repent. See? And still, verse 12, the sons of men would not return from their evil ways. Listen at this. And they increased the anger of Abba at that time, and did not even direct their hearts to all of this. And at the end of 7 days, listen, in the 600th year of the life of Noah, just like we read in Genesis, see, the waters of the flood were upon the earth, and all the fountains of the deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Same words from Genesis. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, just like we read. And Noah and his household and all the living creatures that were with him came into the ark on account of the waters of the flood, and Abba shut him in. See, sealed him in, just like we read. Let's continue. And all the sons of men that were left upon the earth became exhausted through evil on account of the rain, for the waters were coming more violently upon the earth, and the animals and beasts were still surrounding the ark. And the sons of men assembled together, about 700,000 men and women, and they came unto Noah to the ark. Did you hear that? 700,000 people came to Noah and the ark. And they surrounded the ark, see? Verse 18, and they called to Noah, saying, open for us, that we may come to thee in the ark. And wherefore shall we die? Do y'all hear that today or what? So I'm in the ark right now with the door closed, and I'm having people coming up to me on a daily basis, asking me, how can they get in? Let me come in with you. Let me come with you. Okay? It's happening right now, guys. And Noah, with a loud voice, answered them from the ark, saying, have you not all rebelled against Abba Yah, and said that he does not exist? And therefore Abba Yah brought upon you this evil to destroy and cut you off from the face of the earth? Is not this the thing that I spoke to you of 120 years back, and you would not hearken to the voice of Abba Yah? And now do you desire to live upon the earth? And they said to Noah, we are ready to return to Abba Yah. Only open for us that we may live and not die. And Noah answered them, saying, behold, now that you see the trouble of your souls, you wish to return to Abba Yah. Why did you not return during these 120 years, which Abba Yah granted you as the determined period? But now you come and tell me this on account of the troubles of your souls. Your souls are in anguish now. Now also Abba Yah will not listen to you, neither will he give ear to you on this day, so that you will not now succeed in your wishes. Y'all hear that? It's over with. It's over. I told y'all, it's over. I'm sorry y'all didn't come at the appointed time, but you didn't. And the sons of men approached in order to break into the ark. Listen at this shit. They tried to break into the ark to come in on account of the rain, for they could not bear the rain upon them. And Abba Yah sent all the beasts and animals that stood round the ark, and the beasts overpowered them and drove them away from that place. And every man went his way, and they again scattered themselves upon the face of the earth. You hear that? Do you hear that? All right then. All right then. So a little tidbit before I end this message. Let's continue. Verse down here in 31. 31. Well, let's read 27. And the waters prevailed, and they greatly increased upon the earth, and they lifted up the ark, and it was raised from the earth. See? It was raised from the earth. And Noah prayed, verse 31, unto Abba Yah, and cried unto him on account of this. And he said, O Abba, help us, for we have no strength to bear this evil that has encompassed us, surrounded us. For the waves of the waters that have surrounded us, see, mischievous torrents have terrified us. The snares of death have come before us. Answer us, O Abba, answer us, and light up thy countenance toward us, and be gracious to us, and redeem us, and deliver us. And Abba Yah hearkened to the voice of Noah, and Abba Yah remembered him. And a wind passed over the earth, and the waters were still, and the ark rested. Siloam Israel.